Hello everyone, it's me, Luigi Roxo 7. Welcome to the new year and welcome to 2024. And that's right, I am finally, after all this time, finally doing my video on Luigi's Mansion Dark Moon. Or in other parts of the world, just Luigi's Mansion 2. I don't know why North America got the subtitle. It's kind of strange, but as you see there in the bottom right, that's the Dark Moon, which I've already completed, obviously. But anyway, yeah, so I've been wanting to talk about this for actually a couple of years, and I don't know why it took me this long. I thought I would finally discuss why a lot of people don't really like. Okay, I won't say the game is bad. Like, saying the second Luigi's Mansion game is like the weakest of the three Luigi's Mansion games. That's like saying, let's say for some people, like the Mario series, like Mario Sunshine or the International Super Mario Brothers 2, like games that people don't necessarily dislike, but that they're kind of like controversial, or the black sheep of the series or something. Like, anyway, my point is, this is still a fantastic game. It's really fun, and Luigi himself is like goofy and obviously scared, and like he's kind of the center of attention, which it should be because, it's his game. Anyway, so the first thing people like to discuss is I don't want to do that. I was going to go to the first. There's all the different mansions you actually explore throughout the game. That's the cool thing. There's multiple mansions. There's 5 mansions in the game. And before I continue, I will say this is actually very fitting. I'm doing this video now is because Luigi's Mansion, and it's funny, Luigi's Mansion 2 HD is coming out this summer. And I'm like pretty excited because I want to actually like see how the game's gonna look, and I might make a quick video like later on this year, like telling my thoughts and if there's any changes or if they add like any extra content in the game, like extra side modes. I doubt it. It looks like it's just gonna be in that regard, it's gonna be a port, but like it's gonna look better in HD and stuff. So yeah. Anyway, I'm excited for that. Lots of people are going to have a chance to play this, and I'm glad it's not going to be stuck on the 3DS, because now you can't download stuff. The eShop has been shut down for like, what, 9-10 months? Anyway, so let's jump in, and the reason, so what I was starting to say before is, let me come back to this. This game is mission-based, and so you have, like I said, 5, the first mansion, you've got 5 missions, and then the boss fight, and then like an unlockable mission if you get all the booze, I think. That's one thing people don't like about this game. They're like, oh, it's mission based, you can't explore, like, which I get their criticisms, I do. The original Luigi's Mansion and even 3 on the Switch, you can kind of explore at your own leisure. You don't have a time limit. I shouldn't say a time limit, but like, every time you finish the mission or you feel like I've gotten farther into the game, Professor Egad, like calls you back and is like, oh, hey, and kind of like you've done that mission. So that's kind of a con. Like, it's definitely not a pro. It's definitely a con in that regard. But it's not really, like, to me personally, that's not really an issue. It's still a fun game. There's still the things you love. You catch ghosts, collect money, fight boss ghosts. And that's another thing. The boss ghosts, and actually what I can do, this is kind of cool, is unlike the original. Well, okay, you can do this in the original. But there's like a vault area you can go. You can see this little animation. Luigi falls down a thing that Egad presses a button. That's kind of funny. Anyway. So you can actually look at your ghosts, your gems, Which the original Luigi's Mansion and even 3 does have gems, but they work differently here. Your boot container and lockables, which is there's not really anything you unlock. Like just like upgrades for your Poltergust 5000. That's all that is. Anyway, so what we can do is here are all these little guys like the greenies. Little bastard. Yeah, you're funny, aren't you? Anyway, strong guys. Slammer, that's what they're called. And then these guys. Hider. Yeah, you're funny too, aren't you? I love they play their little like kind of like voice line, the little clips. The sneaker. Oh, shut up. And then this one. Creeper. No, not the Minecraft enemy. These guys. Anyway, so and there's a couple little unique like ghosts too, but like this fat one. Gobber. God, yeah. Anyway, so with one thing people complain about is all the boss ghosts. They look like this. Or like I guess the other ones have. Yeah, they have like multiple horns. They're like, oh, it's all the same ghosts. There's no variety. Now, what they capture, the actual things you fight, are pretty cool. Like the things that, like the first one, spoiler alert, you fight a giant spider, a big spider, and that's kind of cool because the entire boss fight revolves around this spider, and it's like a puzzle. It's really cool. The later bosses, like one of them is like a enemy gauntlet. You just basically fight a bunch of enemies, and you can't capture these like possessor ghosts, is what they're called, right away. And it takes them 3, quote hits to capture them, which is typical Mario, formula. But yeah, as far as like these guys, they're not really like unique except the different horns, like I said. And then, of course, back here, there's more powerful versions of the, like, main enemies. They have little lines, like, through their bodies. They just have more HP. So I can kind of see the criticism there. But, like, overall, it's not a big deal, It's like a criticism, like I said. But, just like, I don't know, it's... One thing that it really shines in this game is the animations. The animations are really good in this game. Next Level Games, the developer who did Luigi's Mansion 2 / Dark Moon and 3, and now they're doing the remake of 2. The animations are fantastic. This Next Level Games, they're a really good developer. They've done like Mario Strikers games in the past. They did the recent one back in like 2022. They're a good developer. They did the Punch Out on the Wii, the kind of revival, I guess, for Punch Out. I didn't play that game, but I hear it's really good. So the animations are really, really good. Really good in my opinion. And like I said, Luigi himself just is so goofy, and he's I don't want to say adorable. That sounds kind of weird, but like he's goofy, he's scared, he's so relatable, dude. Like he's trying to save his brother a second time, and it's just like, I don't know, it's so good. And even the little like normal enemies, like the basic like ghost designs, they're all goofy and they're funny too. Like Egad, he's whenever him and Luigi interact, Professor Egad and Luigi, it's Luigi doesn't really talk much, but he makes noises and stuff. It's great, man. The animation is fantastic. The music is really good. The different like mansions, like I said, so you have like this basic like, I almost want to say Luigi's Mansion 1 style of like a mansion, Glowing Manor. Haunted Towers takes place around a giant tree. Old Clockworks is like kind of in this like desert sand area. with like, you know, clocks. Duh. Secret Mine is in like a snowy like old mine, you know, like a little house with like huge underground area, you know, and then the final main mansion is a Treacherous Mansion, which is, you know, it's great, you know. But yeah, that's really good that there's multiple different mansions and they have different like themes, and it's great, you know. It's you didn't really see, well, you had like a snowy room in like the original Luigi's Mansion, like one of the final portrait ghosts you would like find and fight, you know. But there wasn't really like a snow themed mansion, like a desert sand one, you know, like with mummies or something. There wasn't one like around a giant tree, you know, stuff like that. This is really good variety. So you're not in the same place for like the whole game, you know. Anyway, and like I said, as I said, the other criticism is like the lack of portrait ghosts, which Next Level Games, they actually heard and they listened to like fan outcry. They brought back portrait ghosts in Luigi's Mansion 3, like proper boss ghosts, which is great, you know. So anyway, as like I should say lacking as Dark Moon is, it's still a really, really good game. And I'm glad it's getting a port to the Switch. So, and that also means, if those of you, you know, saw my video back in September, even though Charles Martinet is not doing Mario in like new games or Luigi or Wario, he is gonna. Obviously, Nintendo's just reusing voice clips from, you know, Dark Moon, or 2. So this is great. You're gonna hear Charles Martinet, probably in higher quality too, which is great, you know. And then anyway, so there's not really anything bad I can say about Dark Moon / Luigi's Mansion 2. It's a great game. Has some flaws. There's some issues the game has, but it's not like a bad game. It's still really good. And then finally, I will just briefly mention the online mode, which I've actually sank in quite a bit of time because I like to play like solo and see how difficult I can make the challenges and stuff. There's like I said, online mode, which is separate from the main game, and you play as different colored Luigis, and this will be in the Switch version, which is great. And you can like, and I'll just connect for a minute to show. I'm not gonna play an actual game, so you could like worldwide, let's say, and then you could do like. There's probably no one playing this. There's one actually, but you basically can create. Surprised anybody's playing this game. Well, to be fair, the online is shutting down in a few months, so there's that. But you can like different like modes, hunter, just basic, rush. You have to like basically in a time limit. Well, you have a time limit, but like you have to like hurry. And then Polterpup, that one cute little dog that's Luigi's pet, basically in Luigi's Mansion 3. You chase a bunch of those. And you can choose like the difficulty, the floors. You can do endless, which is crazy. Normal, expert, hard. So it's good stuff. It's good stuff. It's a good little side mode. And if you want to unlock like other like variants of like the ghosts, they wear like costumes and stuff. Like one of them will be like they'll be wearing like a coat because it's cold, or like a jacket, or you know, like there's some pretty cool little like, you know, basically alts for like the main enemy ghosts. It's pretty cool, you know. But yeah, so that's Luigi's Mansion Dark Moon in a nutshell, you know. I mean, I didn't like show any gameplay, but I was able to show off some of the enemies, and like, you know, you can see the animations just on the main menu, and the voice work is great, the music's great. The game overall it's a really good game, and I have a lot of, I shouldn't say nostalgia for it. This game is 10 years old. That's crazy. Technically, it's going to be 11 in March. 11 years old in March, which is nuts. So when the Switch port comes out in the summer, probably June or something, it's going to be 11 years old. That's crazy. Anyway, so yeah, that's I'll just turn the volume down. That is my video on Dark Moon. Let me know what you all think. Have you all played this game? Do you like it? Do you think it's fun? Do you not really care for it very much? I'm curious. But yeah, so it's a great game. Now, I still prefer the original Luigi's Mansion and 3 to some extent for other reasons that I've probably discussed in other videos. But Dark Moon is still a really, really good game. It's still a really fantastic game. And even though it has a lot of differences compared to the original Luigi's Mansion or even 3, it's still a really good game. And if those of you who haven't played it, I would check out the Switch version when it comes out later this year. So anyway, so thank you all for watching. Thank you all for listening. I hope you enjoyed my first video of 2024. Like I said, I'm going to try to do a video every like 2 weeks. So anyway, well, with that said, you all have a good night. Have a good weekend. It's very cold here where I live right now. We're in the heart of winter. We're in a hardcore like Arctic blast right now of cold air. So it's cold. So if y'all can stay warm, stay safe, and have some hot chocolate or something while you're watching my video, although it's over now. And anyway, I'll see you all in 2 weeks again. And until then, this is Luigi Rocks 07 signing off. And I'm out.